your vote 2017, the News 1130 Leadership Debate. I'm Bill Good, and I'm joined in studio by NDP leader John Horgan, Liberal leader Christy Clark, and Green leader Andrew Weaver.
And to make sure that we are creating jobs. We are #1 in job creation in the country, and we need to make sure that that keeps going. We've balanced 5 consecutive budgets so that we can invest in hospitals and schools, in childcare and roads and bridges all across the province. And we've, as I said, put a $900 check back, or we will be on January 1st, back in people's pockets by slicing MSP in half for the middle class. And we're able to do all that because our economy is so strong.
The economy, Ms. Clark, you said 4 years ago you were going to work toward a debt-free BC. You've actually increased the debt by nearly $11 billion in units, but that would be over 10 years.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we have a $10 billion capital plan that involves building transit, which has been ignored by the BC Liberals. They've been fighting with municipalities rather than working with municipalities. When you build transit, when you improve infrastructure, when you build schools and hospitals, you can then build communities.
Do you have a path to affordable housing?
Thanks for asking that. And what is quite ironic is, in fact, housing has become unaffordable.
And the trend has been going upward. It's been evident to healthcare professionals. It's certainly been evident to first responders. And the challenge, I believe, for all of us is that we need to take concerted cooperative action. I have to call the Premier on a couple of her points. Firstly, she said she went to Ottawa to persuade the federal government to bring in a law banning pill presses. My colleague Mike Farnworth introduced a private member's bill to do just that here in British Columbia, and it was completely ignored.
Build tunnels. You could have twinned the tunnel if there was a need to do that. Much cheaper. Everybody knows that. But this is about mega projects and ribbon cutting, and it's really not about putting people first.
I want to get each of you to comment on what...
I'm all in favor of making work.
On what I think...
For iron workers and other folks who need jobs.
What I think everybody has been avoiding for some time is road tolls.
Something that the NDP opposed. The South Perimeter Road, something that the NDP opposed. Sea to Sky Highway, Canada Line, all of these, and now of course Site C, Kinder Morgan, Pacific Northwest LNG, T2 at Delta.
In his report, he stated you, Ms. Clark, had not recalled being briefed by staff on the firings before they happened. You later told reporters that you asked a lot of questions about those firings.
After they happened. So both, that is true. I told him what he quoted was absolutely correct, and I certainly talked to, I was briefed on it after it happened.
She stood up. She started the ball rolling. She had a press conference in September of 2012 and made allegations about individuals that were absolutely not true, and it led to the death of an individual.
Yours is preferable to the other, and I'll start with Andrew Weaver.
Well, thank you. Our approach is to recognize that there are some barriers right now for access to childcare. Care. Right now, if you are looking for childcare, you will have to find the money up front, and when you file your tax return at the end of the year, you'll get a child care tax benefit. Our approach is to say that we shouldn't have that as a barrier up front.
16
It'll
years,
do a lot to relieve.
Where have you been where families have been struggling without access to quality
okay, well, let me get the next
15,
question, because it ties
new spaces.
its statements, and we'll start with in reverse order from what we started at the beginning of the show. And Andrew Weaver, you go first.
Thank you. In my opinion, I think in the opinion of British Columbians, this election boils down to the question of trust.
Christy Clark.
Thank you, Bill, and thanks to everybody for listening to us today or watching us on TV. Let me say this: cutting people's taxes, not taking money out of one pocket and then taking it out of the other, and it's about creating jobs.
Board and put their lives on hold to do this.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited about the 87 candidates we have running. They reflect the inclusivity and the diversity of this great province.
I'm Bill Good. Thanks again for watching and listening.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.